If you're listening and you've heard some of the previous episodes, I referred to, working with counselors or anything like that, having that experience last year. And that idea of recanting, recollecting, and sharing with someone some of the thoughts you've had when you're in a very low place was extremely challenging. I would normally snuff that out, fix it, go out for a jog and get over it. And to have to share that, to be that vulnerable with someone and share your weakest, lowest moment with someone was extremely challenging. And I thought it was over, but what happens is you then almost, the counselor won't be there for you every day of your life. The people who are in your life will. And you have to trust them enough, or you have to find those people in your life who you feel confident enough in that you could share them with this and they will help you through it, or they will try and understand it. And just the fact that you're comfortable enough to share that information with them will help you a great deal, and you will not feel as alone. And it takes courage, some courage to do that. And I had to do that with some of the people closest to me. And it made me question the depth of our relationship and what I really thought about them. Because if I can't share this with them, well, what does that say about us? And even, to be honest, even with Ray, it's not like, I know we come across well and everything, but to open up about what's really, really going on in my head, in my heart, that was, yeah, it was challenging. And it's gradual. Don't have to give everyone the whole cake. You can give them a piece at a time. But those conversations have been the most challenging. And having shared the conversations, keeping people aware of how you feel if you dip, or knowing that they'll be aware if you have a dip. Yeah, because I usually, should we say, I fix myself, I carry on, I do things myself, and that having to keep people having a line to just how I'm doing. It's one of the most beautiful things ever. It's like walking at the tightrope of life and having a safety net, rather than feeling like I can't fall off, because you just can't. There's no other option. So I keep walking the tightrope, and I'm reassured that there are people who are the safety net. The more people I tell, the bigger my safety net gets. But I don't go around telling everybody. But those conversations have been very challenging for me personally, because they're not something that I've really done in the past. And funnily enough, Ray, we're starting to think alike. We must be hanging out together too much. I was genuinely going to be asking you, what has been your greatest challenge in the past year? And please be as specific as possible.
I would say the biggest challenge for me goes in line with an African proverb that says, until the lion has its own stories, the hunters will always have the best stories. So essentially, I've always seen myself as a lone wolf, lone ranger, and I've always dealt things in my own way. Um, and as a result, people have paid the price. And at the same time, equally, I've paid a bigger price because there's been things that have been unresolved or unleft, or I haven't handled certain situations in the best of manners, should we say. And I've always been a person that I keep myself to myself, my stories, my struggles and issues to myself. Um, so I would say, as much as Mentalk has been there, as much as, you know, I'm having these open conversations about vulnerability, about fear, about rejection, about past traumas, about all sorts of things. I still have these tendencies I'm still trying to unlearn to, like you said, have that bigger safety net to know that I can, trust the people around me. And as time has gone on, I've learned to put down the heavy armory that I used to wear, when really and truly, you know, the people in the community around me, the ones I can openly share and talk to about my struggles and strifes, they lighten the load for me. I lighten the load for them. And it's also that saying of an army of sheep led by a lion can also, you know, defeat an army of lions led by sheep. So essentially that's pretty much life now. You know, before I was, you know, I was in a position where, how can I put this? Visually, if I was to visually kind of say, you know, what has been my struggles is not being able to vocalize the way I kind of vocalize, not being able to be vulnerable. And if I put it in a visual kind of stance, it's like a hurricane. In the hurricane, there's so many moving parts. However, when you're right in the middle of it, the stillness, that is the place where you're centered and have so much more control than being out of control on the outside of it. I've managed to basically put myself right in the middle where there's silence, no matter how much craziness is going around me. Around me, my mind, and my mind is always firing cylinders all the time, even in moments of silence. Me and my mind are creating a better relationship. And it's ensuring I'm becoming a better person. I'm not perfect, I'm far from perfect. But at the same time, I'm learning from everyone. So, yeah.